Here for heat number 2 at Bark River. Christopher Plumley is going to be starting up on pole, followed by Gary Green, Ethan Ebert, Nicholas Dachelet, Thomas Grady, Roland Johns, Ricky Johnson, Nathan Max-Toxin, Mike Sorum, George Schultz, and G3 Argos, followed by Jake Hill at the end of this 12th car grid here at beautiful Bark River for the Iracing Short Course Series here on Racecraft TV.
I actually just saw Ricky Johnson down in Baja. So he drove their the trophy truck up through contingency. Good to see him now. Seeing him back behind the wheel here. Plumley, Green, Ebert, Dachelet, Grady, Johns, Johnson, Motoxen, Sorum, Schultz, Igyros, Hill. Be rounding out our field.
I think that's the 3rd time he's changed his last name. Just a letter. Used to be Argos, now it's Argyros.
No, it's always been Igyros.
I guess I'm just missing it.
It was George III.
Ah.
Now he's just 2-3.
Well, green flag is down, and it's a horrible start by Gary Green. Lost a lot of ground, and Ethan Ebert bodying him right there. That's Nathan Matoxin who got kicked out wide and all the way down in 8th place. But Ethan Ebert, Gary Green, Ebert pushing his heels ahead. Green falls down from 2nd place, down into 3rd. And now Gary Green looks down the inside, gets a little bit of contact, pushes the 57 out just a little bit wide. If that is a corner cut, he's going to get a slowdown penalty. But here comes Green over the jump. Green's on his inside. Green's got a good run heading down there, sending it up the inside, showing in the bumper. That's a slide job and a half. Gary Green back into 2nd place. And now look at this. Grady and Green. Grady and Green. Grady and Ebert. And Ebert. Oh, he's just showing the bumper. Look at that. Roland Johns up the inside up on Ebert.
And Ebert and Johns now battling.
Oh, and out of nowhere. Ricky Johnson. That's Johnson.
Johnson, all right, split the uprights. Came right through.
He's up 3 spots already.
And Ebert able to break away from that back there, up into 3rd. Plumley still out front with a good lead.
Let's watch this again.
Take another look at it.
Woohoo!
Right up the inside. As he gets a good shot there of Ebert on the side there. Plumley starting to walk away with this one here.
And I'm bugged.
Got little shots in between the Racecraft TV logo.
I know, it reset all the way to the start because somebody went into the pits.
But Plumley out front with a couple second gap back there to 2nd. Ebert, though, battling for that 2nd spot. Back up front, we see Plumley.
Followed by Green and Ebert in 3rd place.
Ebert all over the back of Green as he starts to work him inside, outside.
That
Green rides the berm.
That berm is so good for that 920. He's able to keep ahead of Ebert and keep it in for 2nd place as a start lap number 3.
Yeah, it looks like Ebert lost a lot of ground there. Big off-camber jump there.
You hear that throttle application just getting on and off, on and off, on and off so fast that he's really trying to keep that nose where he wants it to be with that throttle input. But I feel like that chaotic throttle input might be hurting him just a tad bit. But you can just hear him just dancing on that throttle, on and off, on and off, on and off, on and off. And he's just kind of stabbing it.
Well, yeah, trying to keep that throttle control going too. Trying to keep from spinning, trying to keep that hook up. Seem to be in the air a lot. You don't want to be revving that thing up as you're going through the air. Ebert trying to get into the run as they go through the rollers. Green just trying to mirror the actions there of Plumley.
Last lap.
Front.
For Green for Unkind Esports. Fastest lap of the race, getting all crazy over the jump of a 1:13.21.
Amazing he's able to reel it in as crazy as he's throwing these and sending it. Now this is a nasty one. You actually have to ride that berm to stay out of that roller and the hole in between. Otherwise, the cars get really unsettled.
Absolutely do not want the cars to be unsettled at all. And we saw what happened here last lap as we are on the last lap right now. I believe the white flag just came out.
The moves.
Yeah, we're trying to see if we're going to get another Mason Prater move up the inside or Ethan Ebert move up the inside right here. Ethan is unfortunately still in third place. But heading to that hairpin, Gary Green losing a little bit of ground. Here comes Ebert. Going over the berm, nothing's really looking out of shape right here. Last chance effort for Ebert. It's not gonna be it. It's gonna be Christopher Plumley and Gary Green across the line. But I was looking at the flagman right there, and no flag came out. They are still racing. So not only is
I was racing that checkered flag there.
yeah, it's not racing the checkered flag right now. We're still going at it. Probably because this is a 6-lap heat and not 4.
Yes.
You know, if I have my graphics working, it'd be great. But, you know, if I turn them on, it would just look like this.
Well, it's fine. We're just going to call the action here. That's not what we want. Plumley really starting to pull away a little bit there. Gary Green tries to put the hammer down. He gaps a little bit back to Ebert. Ebert trying to do everything he can to catch back up, get into the fight. Laps dwindling down here.
Yeah, white flag this time by. The white flag came out. Here comes Green. Green sliding it in all the ways into the wall and across the line. There's the white flag. One more lap.
Plumley out front. Look at this. Green looking to the inside here. Trying to get some momentum up. He slides around. Just can't get it. Plumley hitting all those marks, looking smooth. And this track definitely, and these guys are throwing these trucks around. A lot of throttle control involved. And there's so many secrets to where to put these trucks on the track at every turn, avoiding the holes, avoiding some of the whips there.
Yeah, we are on board of Gary Green right now behind Christopher Plumley. They're coming up to that hairpin. Chance for our last chance move. We got traffic in the way, but I don't think they're going to be causing that much effect. Heading into the left turn. Using all the berm. Ethan Ebert's not going to be able to catch these two as they are throwing hammers at each other right now. But it's going to be Christopher Plumley taking the win, followed by Gary Green in second place.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rugged red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still
18 cars ready to take the track here in Bark River with a 6-car inversion of our qualifiers. We're ready, and we are rocking and we are ready to go here at Bark River for the Iracing short course series. Dave, this finale, that 6-car invert, how are we feeling about it?
Oh, I'm kind of, I'm mixed up about that because, Prater's up in the middle. He's a fast runner, height rider. Larson really showed a lot of speed. Ebert really came into it getting by Mason to get by him earlier, but Drafted, you got to keep an eye on him. He was the winner out of the first one. He's been doing really well lately.
Yeah, we do have a competition caution at the halfway mark of this race. And that will help the field bunch up just a tad bit. Shouldn't really be expecting any sedan safety cars here today if they got it right.
But we saw a full field invert at Reno, Wild West Motorsports Park. So we watched Mason Prater race all the way back from the back of the pack to the top. So it's going to be curious with him sitting only in 3rd position. But Holden Highrider's so quick, and like I said, Larson, keep an eye on him. Once he gets in that position, he gets those lines, man. Larson is making mistakes. He could take a win.
And it's green. Mason Prater immediately looking onto the inside of Holden Highrider, sending him just a little bit sideways, getting a little pitchfork right there. Ethan Ebert and Mason Prater sideways right now, and it's 3 wide right there. Zach Drapkin forcing his way back into 6th place right there. He didn't get the greatest of starts as he's battling with Christopher Plumley, that purple dirty plum machine. Zach Drapkin and Plumley are side by side underneath the jump right now. So we look from above the skies here at Bark River. It is Larson, Height Raider, Prater, Ebert, Green, Plumley, your top 6.
And look at this Height Raider right on the bumper there of Rick Larson. Larson, though, man, he's looking smooth. His lines is pretty much mirrored back with Height Raider there. Prater, look at these guys all from that position. Oh,
I hear you, Zach.
Look at this, Prater trying to show him a nose.
Now Mason Prater, he knows how to get around here. He's got Ethan Ebert right behind him. There, any sort of mistake from each other, they can all hit each other. And I'm pretty sure everybody in this top 8 has a chance to win this race. As they go over the jump, some drivers taking a little bit close to the edge, some of them going a little bit wider. Ethan Ebert got a very bad jump right there as he's got Gary Green on his tail. Going out wide is Nick Larson all the way over into that wet dirt out there. That untouched dirt off the blue groove right now. And here comes Mason Prater on Height Raider. Prater forced out wide as Height Raider is slow up onto the inside.
And you can see back there Plumley and Green battling back there for 5th place.
Gary Green looks down to the inside of Ebert, trying to force Ebert to make a mistake. There's a little bit of contact. There's more contact right there underneath the whoops. And Ethan Ebert, probably that contact with Gary Green, actually helped him to stay ahead of Gary Green and get closer to Mason Prater.
And you see Plumley, Drapkin, and Swain 3 wide going through that turn. Drapkin right on the bumper there of Plumley as he looks to the inside. In front of him, though, Green working on Ebert. Ebert working on Prater. Prater working on Height Raider.
Drapkin!
We're driving cleaner. We've got to play the bumper cars again.
With a mistake.
Oh, man, you can see Swain got by Drapkin.
You want to play bumper cars?
He was pushed over the berm, got out into that grass up there. Oh my goodness, sailing through the skies like Superman. Christopher Plumley just went air bud over that jump. And
well, he gets back to the track in 9th position there. So we watch up front again. Larson, Rick Larson in the 802, and then you got Height Raider in the 512 right behind him. But it looks like the battle right there is going to be Height Raider and Prater working on each other.
Yeah,
and I think with these two working on each other, it might give a chance for Larson to pull away.
Now I've been watching Ethan Ebert's lineup. He's been very tight, but Nick Larson has been taking a much wider line and getting out into that untouched dirt, getting off that blue groove, and he's actually getting a better run out of these corners. Yeah, look at his setup, much wider than Height Raider, and he's just staying in that dirt more than everybody else, and he's staying off that blue groove.
And I think that might come out the
bad foul.
there.
bad bounce right there. Prater up the inside of Height Raider.
And Prater goes into second.
He's still got Height Raider up the inside. He's going to have to force go wide, but Height Raider getting a bad bounce, getting some airtime right there. Prater getting off to the grass, skips a bump right there, sends it up to the inside, and it's a big contact by Ethan Ebert and Height Raider, and that's going to allow Gary Green to sneak his way above Ethan Ebert. Prater into second, Height Raider down to third, Gary Green into fourth.
I tell you now, Prayson on the prowl. Prater is just looking really good there. So he tries to look down and set the sights on Larson, but he's still got to worry about Height Raider there and protect that inside. Height Raider so many times has snuck in to the inside.
And speaking of sneaking up the inside, we've seen this man do it all the time. Mason Prater knows how to make some moves around here. And with Nick Larson favoring that wide line, he's tightened up right now. He knows he doesn't have Height Raider behind him. He's got Mason Prater defending champion behind him, and he's being all defensive right now, changing his ways. Big send by Ebert on Height Raider for third.
Height Raider back to fourth place. Back behind him is still Green. Drapkin trying to make a run with Swain in tow. But look at this. I think that might be a mistake. Larson getting out of the marbles. Prater's right there to pounce on any mistakes.
Mason Prater, he's on that gearbox of that 802 right there, just ready to reach out and chomp him over this jump.
He's so close he could reach CBR in the back of those radiators.
Absolutely. And heading into the whoop section, it's going to be a big send for Prater. Prater setting himself up onto the inside, sitting on his back left wheel, and he's seriously just riding and leaning on him, trying to force him out as wide as he can to set himself up for a big jump. Larson set out wide. Prater up the inside with a big run. Prater back into the lead.
And I said that's where if he gets in those marbles again, Prater's been staying in the blue groove, staying in the race line. And that's where you want to be. Look at this battle. Three all going for it. Green, Drapkin, and Ebert. Drapkin now trying to work on Green as he gets by Ebert.
Oh, and Drapkin got sent it to the wall.
Italian! Into the wall for Drapkin. And Ebert back up into fourth.
Ethan Ebert might have a target on his back. Here comes Zach Drapkin as the caution flies out. And there we go. Yeah, they're attacking each other.
In the pit, so we will not stop.
Caution is out.
First place just
and I don't think Ethan Ebert and Zach Drapkin are very happy with each other.
Well, this is far from over for those two drivers.
Cars in front. You guys have been
Look at this.
on a show.
Yeah, Ebert just sent it in on Drapkin, and Drapkin up the inside, tries to get the position back, shows Ebert the bumper, and then Ebert goes over the jump and then shows Drapkin the wall.
Make some go flying. I've seen all of the contacts.
Wow.
And
then here comes the caution, and this is what Zach Drapkin and Ethan Ebert had to say for each other. As they're slowing up, Drapkin gets right beside it. Ebert turns straight into Drapkin. And I think the stewards might be taking a little bit of a look at that. A little brake check right there. Those Pro 4 trucks are going to be a bit beat up after this race.
If you have to forward the line, you have to give back the spot. Start is on me.
Yep.
First place.
Restart being controlled by Mason Prater.
Green here. Green.
And it's Green over the pit jump. And Gary Green got a great start side by side with Larson. Ethan Ebert sends it into Larson, pushing himself into Green. We got 3 wide, 2x2 in a 5-car diamond. Ebert on the outside on Larson. Ebert trying to make it work, but he gets caught by the bump. Gary Green gets down to the inside. And Ebert to the fence, and
nice.
Guess who was right there? Zachary Drapkin. He's probably saying karma. Man, this is a crazy restart.
He just launched out front, not looking back. He's letting Larson kind of just battle it out.
Drapkin and Green.
Drapkin plays on Green.
Drapkin is all over the back of Green, and Green and Drapkin both had an amazing start. Nick Larson got so lucky not to be overtaken right there. Ethan Ebert came up the inside and tapped Gary Green out wide, who had a great run, and now it's Drapkin and Green side by side over the whoops, and these two are going wide. Nick Larson is upside down, and he's parked, and he got T-boned by Ricky Johnson. He parked himself back in the path, and that leaves Mason Prater with a 2-second gap. And now the race for second place between Zach Drapkin and Gary Green, followed by Ethan Ebert right behind, who was vigilating the catch fence just a little bit ago. And remember, these two drivers in third and fourth place do not like each other currently. And they've been having a big rough and tumble race. Let's see if Ethan Ebert catches up to Zach Drapkin, but he can't, as look at that, there's Keaton Swain up the inside.
Gary Green with a good run up there, but look at this, Ebert and Swain.
Swain.
Back in that fourth position.
Swain just held it around the outside for that entire turn. Keaton Swain up into fourth, and Zach Drapkin now has to deal with a charging Keaton Swain up on the outside. There goes Drapkin up the inside of Green. They're 4 wide over the bumps. And oh my goodness!
Drapkin and Green.
Come on in there.
Drapkin just pushed wide. Here comes Swain.
Here
But
comes
look at this.
Ebert.
Ebert up
Absolute.
the inside.
This is awesome racing.
Okay.
Bumping up
Number
big and Drapkin
56.
gets crossover.
Need to
Goes
chill
straight
out.
into the side of
Need to
Ebert. Keaton Swain's up in a second, followed by
Need to
Gary
chill
Green. Zach Drapkin right there. Ethan Ebert gets
Chill
into the
out,
back of Zach
Zach.
Drapkin,
You're just
trying to
driving
force him
through
out
the
wide.
car.
These two
You're
are
not
not
even
playing racing
doing that.
anymore. This is a full-blown boxing match, and they are going all 12 rounds here.
And I think the gloves are off at this point right now.
Oh, this is
Ebert and Drapkin. Now Ebert behind Drapkin.
this
Is
is an
that
escalate.
Plumlee back there?
That is
Plumlee's
Chris
starting to pick
Plumlee.
it up.
Plumlee's into the back of this, and he's going to get into the fight. This is escalated from boxing matches to UFC, and it's thrown UFC out the window. This is a bar room brawl.
These guys got nothing on the WWE right now. The WWE has nothing on
WWE.
them.
Yeah, this ain't
Battle
scripted
Royale.
television.
Yeah.
We don't know what's going to happen next.
Green trying to hold off. Drapkin looks to the inside. Gets a bad bounce. Can't make that maneuver.
Here comes Plumlee.
And look at this. Here comes Plumlee. And right now, almost 5 seconds, Prater out front.
I don't think Prater knows what the heck is happening behind him. Keaton Swain's escaping this bar fight right now, as Ethan Ebert and Zach Drapkin are really going after each other. Plumlee cuts that corner a lot. He wants a piece of this, of that top 5 pie.
It's amazing how close they are. Keaton Swain all by his lonesome, saying, boys, stay away from me, trying to just hold on to this position here. This could be a podium for him, but in contention, Green and Drapkin battling for that final spot on the podium. 3 laps to go.
3 laps left. Gary Green, Zach Drapkin fighting out for that final podium spot. Ethan Ebert losing like he's losing momentum to his race rival, I gotta say. And I'm pretty sure the admins after this race might be getting up in their skin. Drapkin trying to push Gary Green out wide. And Drapkin and Green bouncing off each other as they're side by side over the pit jump. Drapkin's up onto the inside. Drapkin made the move work. And here comes Ethan Ebert on Green trying to force his way into 4th place.
Well, like they always say, there's not a lot of places to pass in this track. Maybe 1, 2 spots. This is not one of the spots there usually.
We've seen passes made here, but it involves the other car getting into the wall or the catch fence. And Ethan Ebert's actually visited the catch fence once already in this finale. As Christopher Plumlee, I think he's sensing a little bit of danger. He's backed off a lot as Gary Green is sideways in that long left-hander. And Ethan Ebert loses a lot of speed right there.
Have about 5 laps of fuel left.
Gary Green on the tail end of Zach Drafkin. Ethan Ebert going over the jump. 2 laps to go. Green looking down to the inside of Drafkin. He's missed his mark right here. Drafkin goes out wide. Ebert onto the inside of Green. Ebert looking for that switchback right now. Heading into that short left-hand hairpin right now. Ebert and Green and Drafkin 3 wide. It looks like 4 wide. Plumlee's right there. Ebert's on the side of Green. Green forced out wide. He's on the inside of the hairpin. Forces Ebert to eat a pile of dirt. And here comes Plumlee up the inside. Plumlee steals 4th. But oh, Ebert's off the track. Ebert's off the track and into the wall. Ethan Ebert's upside down.
Oh my goodness. Ebert up and upside down.
And Gary Green and Plumlee in a bar fight right now. White flag in the air here at Bark River. It's anybody's race for the final step of the podium. They take a bad bounce. Green's into the wall.
Oh no, my back end hit Gary.
Look at this. Someone else gonna sneak up the inside there.
That's the 259 of Aiden Irvin. He sees an opportunity to get a top 5 right now. Holton Heiringer in the back with Holton Heiringer and Thomas Grady throwing punches at each other. Here comes Heiringer up on the inside of Grady, forcing him out wide. Heiringer and Irvin. Heiringer the switchback. Heiringer up into 6. Holton Heiringer after a horrible start. It's 4 spots down from where he started, and it's all over the place right now.
Well, it looks like it's going to be Prater.
That was a shit show all around. Fuck me.
Top 3 going to be standing on the podium.
Yeah, and it is Mason Prater, defending champion, takes the win. And probably the lowest amount of screen time of any driver in the field. And the cleanest truck, I must say so myself. And Keaton Swain in 2nd place. And Zach Drapkin, he's going to be dealing with a little bit of duct tape, some hammers, and might need a security console after this race with Ethan Ebert coming after him, finishing in 3rd. Oh my
Gary, give me my
goodness.
backhand to get into there in that corner.
Top 3, Port 2.
Oh my gosh. What did we just witness here? Chris Plumlee got in there. He snuck a move there, but Keaton Swain, opportunistic, gets into 2nd place. Zachary Drapkin, 3rd place. Might be having a talk with Connor Berry after this race, as well as Ethan Ebert. I think that was 5 laps where they were just
watch that real quick.
focused on just killing each other.
Good race.
It seriously was. So Christopher Plumlee might be getting a podium after this. He's currently sitting in 4th.
It didn't help that I got
Gary
fucking
Green,
like
Holton Heiringer,
squirrely
Thomas
off of one
Grady,
either.
Aiden Irvin, Ethan Ebert ended that race on his roof for a little bit, coming out of that massive berm. All our Bryce Semino, Cross Kirchmar, Nicholas Dachelet, Nick Larson, George Schultz, Nathan Matox, and Ricky Johnson, Alex Hoffman, and Zach